What's up guys, we're all here at Fugatech, and the technology in smartphone cameras keeps on developing throughout the year, and Vivo is one of those brands that keeps on innovating in this segment, and their new Vivo X80 Pro is the living evidence. With their partnership with ZEISS Optics, we cannot help but be excited to check out the capabilities of this device's cameras. Not only does it have an advanced camera setup, it also comes equipped with the new Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 chip and 80-watt fast charging technology, which juices this device from 0 to 100 in just under 30 minutes. And it's very premium design. We will explore all of that in this video, so keep on watching. Without a doubt, the Vivo X80 Pro will definitely level up your social media game because of its cameras that we will explore later. But for now, let's head on over to its design. Right off the bat, we have a very futuristic design with a large 6.78-inch LTPO3 AMOLED panel with a resolution of 3200 by 1400, which translates to a whopping 517 ppi. The display looks very futuristic with its 3D curved screen, which gives you a true full screen illusion as the bezels are nearly invisible because of the display's curvature. The display also does produce vivid colors with deep blacks, which is one of the most essential things you need when watching multimedia contents, and most especially when taking and viewing photos. We are also glad to report that you won't be having any trouble using this device in broad daylight as it produces 1500 nits of peak brightness, a feature that is very helpful, especially when shooting outdoors. Now moving over to the back, we have a matte textured finish panel which shimmers and it does look stunning. Apart from that, here also at the back, you will see its quad camera setup, which to our surprise, it doesn't have any protrusion in it as what we have mostly seen in smartphones today. Vivo uses a special glass on the camera lenses called fluorite glass, which is a material usually seen in expensive camera lenses. Fluorite glass has a very low dispersion, so lenses made from it exhibit less chromatic aberration that those are made from ordinary glass, like most of it, if not all, smartphones today. The unit we have is in the cosmic black colorway, which looks sleek in every angle. Overall, we are digging the design of the Vivo X80 Pro as it does look and feels premium. In the hands, it does feel solid with a little heft, which is probably because of its battery and camera module. It does also come with a leatherette case, which adds a little bit more premium feel to it. It is safe to say that the Vivo X80 Pro can easily keep up, if not better, with other flagships in the market. Now, taking a closer look at the camera module, it consists of a huge 50-megapixel wide lens with an aperture of 1.6, an 8-megapixel 5x optical zoom periscope telephoto lens with an aperture of 3.4, a 12-megapixel 50mm telephoto lens with an aperture of 1.9, which is capable of going up to 2x optical zoom with gimbal OIS, and a 48-megapixel ultra-wide lens with an aperture of 2.2. All of these cameras are ZEISS Optics and has the special ZEISS T-lens coating, which reduces the glare we see on other smartphones, which can also translate to clearer images. A special ZEISS T-lens coating, which reduces the glare we see on other smartphones, which can also translate to clear images. We also found near the camera module is the dual-tone dual LED flash. These camera lenses are backed up with Vivo's first ever image processor, V1 Plus. The said imaging processor can produce night shots in clarity and detail even in situations where there is less than 1 lux of ambient lighting. This processor will also improve brightness by up to 16% and 12% white balance accuracy. In layman's term, the V1 Plus chip will help these amazing cameras to produce bright, vivid, and color-accurate images. Yes, this device's camera system sounds seriously pro, but the question is, does these cameras really up to par from what they are on paper? Well, to our surprise, they literally do. Let's dive into the sample shots that we got. Checking out these sample shots are taken using normal mode. Colors looks very natural, not much of a post-processing is observed, and HDR is very prominent. Sharpness on the other hand is well done as there are no visible artifacts on any of these images. When it comes to dark colored objects, surprisingly, the contrast looks natural. It was not overly done, resulting in a very well-balanced images. In normal mode, everything is applied automatically, although you can turn on and off ZEISS color if you want to have a very neutral color space, although there is a minute difference when it is turned on as the scene looks more enhanced. If you need wider lens to add more subject onto your frame, thankfully the Vivo X80 Pro has one. Having photos that looks very identical with the other lens are quite rare to see in the smartphone space, as sometimes ultra-wide lens can look a little washed out, pixelated, and sometimes has a different color tone. But with the Vivo X80 Pro's camera, you won't notice a single difference with its primary camera and the ultra-wide lens. Color still does look very natural, HDR is well applied, but more importantly, photos in low light doesn't look very noisy. One of the best features of the Vivo X80 Pro's camera is its portrait mode. Aside from the normal portrait photo which separates the subject from the background, you can also pick different bokeh effects which mimics a ZEISS lens like biotar, sonar, planar, distagon, and cinematic. Aside from these selections, you can also play around with other bokeh filters like camera panning, which is best used for moving subjects, vintage films, French impressions, flash portrait, and party, which adds a subtle bar tint to the photo. We are seeing it as a trend on today's smartphones, but definitely a feature to explore on the Vivo X80 Pro is its zoom capabilities. As mentioned earlier, the Vivo X80 Pro packs a 12-megapixel telephoto lens that can optically zoom up to 2x and an 8-megapixel periscope telephoto lens capable of optically zooming up to 5x. In these shots, it is very evident that the Vivo X80 Pro captures detailed photos even at 60x. Colors are still present as well as the details, and there is not a single artifact of sharpening in any of these photos. Shutter speed also looks decent as it does capture the motion right then and there. If you have shaky hands, well, fret not, as we have Vivo's gimbal OIS technology ensuring shake-free photos. One of the things that we find very interesting on the Vivo X80 Pro's camera is its color science. Unlike other smartphone cameras that we usually see in the market, photos are taken with less post-processing. One of the amazing features that is baked inside the camera app is Ultra HD Document, and when they mean Ultra HD, it really is Ultra HD Document Scanner. Take a closer look at this scanned photo of my laptop screen. To my naked eye, it does look straight up like a screenshot of my desktop. Texts are more refined without exaggerating the sharpness of the scanned image, which is totally great. Aside from this, we also got an emphasis on night photography as it has astrophotography as well as supermoon. Taking a closer look at the photos taken with the Vivo X80 Pro's Astro mode, we can see here that the stars and sky on this shot are more renounced as compared to the standard photo mode. The more clear the sky is, the more amazing image you can get. Same goes for the supermoon mode. You can either use 1x up to 60x to get the perfect moonshot. But do take note that using a tripod on these settings are required for a much more clearer and shake-free images. Hence, images are still clear even when captured bare hands. High resolution mode is also available, in which takes advantage of the full 48-megapixel UHD ultra-wide camera and 50-megapixel ultra-wide main camera. Photos taken on these settings are as good as it can get. Details are crispier and clearer, contrasts are more balanced as well as its colors. But do note that images taken under these settings consumes large amount of storage space. But thankfully, the Vivo X80 Pro comes with a standard of 256 gigs of internal storage for you to take advantage of. Now when it comes to its video capabilities, the Vivo X80 Pro can shoot up to a whopping 8K at 30 frames per second and 4K at 60 frames per second. But you know, it's Apple. Moving on to the quality, just like in photo mode, images are vibrant, saturation and contrast are well balanced, and there is a little tint of sharpness. But it wasn't overly done, which is great. And when it comes to stabilization, even when walking, videos does look very smooth even when shooting in 4K at 60 frames per second. One of our favorite feature here is the anamorphic feature. It adds a very cinematic vibe to the whole experience, so even if you are an amateur mobile filmmaker, your shots will definitely look professional. There's also a horizon leveling stabilization in which, regardless of the orientation of the phone, the image captured stay as it is. Although you can only shoot videos on this setting in portrait orientation, which is very helpful for those TikTok nazi. Now let's move on to its processor. The Vivo X80 Pro does not only equip with amazing set of cameras and image processor, it also does have an amazingly powerful chipset, which is Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 coupled with an Adreno 730 GPU, up to 12 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of internal storage. We run it through Antutu V9.3.9 benchmark and we got a score of 914,578, which translates to seamless navigation and smoother gameplay. The Vivo X80 Pro comes equipped with 4,700 mAh battery with 80 watt fast charging, which juices up the X80 Pro from 0 to 100 in just a whopping 30 minutes, and 50 watt wireless charging with its proprietary flash charge dock. Now to wrap things up, the Vivo X80 Pro is an amazing device catered not only to those professional mobile photographers and cinematography enthusiasts, but also to those people who are just new in the game. With its creative tools baked in the camera app, the Vivo X80 Pro can definitely help you ramp up your photos and videos. If you are not into photography or any of that jazz, the Vivo X80 Pro is still a device to look up to, as it does pack a Snapdragon Gen 1 chip, which provides you a seamless experience, fast charging capabilities, and that 3D curved display with 120Hz refresh rate. This made the Vivo X80 Pro the ultimate media consumption device. If you are interested in getting one for yourself, the Vivo X80 Pro comes at a price tag of 59,899 pesos for the 12 gigs of RAM plus 256 gigs of internal storage. It's a decent flagship offering from Vivo, as most flagship smartphones from other brands offers more than 60K for the base model variant. And that's about it. What do you guys think about the images captured by the amazing cameras of the Vivo X80 Pro? Are you excited to hashtag own your masterpiece with this device's capabilities? Well, do let us know in the comment section below, and if you find this video helpful, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to our channel for more content, hit that bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads, and be sure to visit yugatech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. This has been Arel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.